We have a new book by Zach that just came out today, and it's called $4.99 Book 1 Graphic Novel. And the slug line is Cold War era paranoia meets 1980s slasher flick. Kids versus their war hero parents to the death. This sounds like a movie that SJW's put out last year, where they had a bunch of left-wingers kidnapped a bunch of right-wingers so that Hollywood celebrities can hunt them. So that's the first vibe I get out of this. And I mean, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the little video here. Looks like crap. From Narwhal. I mean, where's the audio? Where's some description of what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing? That's it. That's your entire video. That lame video made by what looks like fifth graders. That's your promo. Uh-huh. Well, let's look further down. Sometimes I just feel like doing 499 push-ups and calling it a day. 499 Book 1 is a 72-page color graphic novel that takes place in an alternate history where the U.S. fought a ground war with Russia in Europe during the 1980s and 1990s. After victory was achieved, millions of traumatized veterans returned home and remade the United States in their image. Okay, that sounds an awful lot like Robert Heinlein's Starship Troopers Origins. I mean, Starship Troopers is an amazing book, don't get me wrong, but that's the origin story that led to the foundation of the Federation in Starship Troopers. Well, not exactly. There was, civil unrest that was a driving factor to the veterans coming home and basically taking control of the country. But that's the first thing that pops in my head. Starship Troopers, Robert Heinlein. That's where this came from. Military service is mandatory. And it wasn't mandatory in Starship Troopers, but if you wanted to be a voter, you had to actually do it. Upon high school graduation, marriage and procreation are highly encouraged by the state to make up for the massive amount of deaths in the war with Russia. Are the three vicious veterans who run the town being targeted for the things they did during the war or how they act during peace? Okay, the first thing that runs through my mind as I sit here and look at this is this written by Richard C. Meyer? Because if it's written by Richard C. Meyer, already I have my doubts if I want to back this. I mean, the only reason that, I back most of Richard's stuff at this point, except unless, of course, it's done by Chuck Dixon, because, Chuck Dixon is an amazing writer. But, buying something written by Richard C. Meyer himself after a pandemic? No. The only reason to really support anything from Richard C. Meyer is, Mark Waid. And I'm not sure if that's even enough to get me to want to look at this. I mean, it's a 72-page graphic novel. I mean, you can buy it for $25. It's got Narwhal, and I guess Narwhal's doing the artwork, and the artwork does not look good. I mean, there's a hint of anime, but it doesn't look good. I mean, look at this. I mean, look at this first panel. He's in a squat, but apparently his right leg doesn't obey the laws of physics, and his left leg apparently doesn't have a knee. So the artwork is not good. I mean, you get a quality colorist attached to even a, mediocre artist, you can definitely make it look good, but not even the colors look good. I mean, look at this. He's actually using a texture map that you get inside of like Corel Photo Paint or from Adobe, and he used that to make his carpet. You know, this looks terrible. This looks truly awful. We have Harper here. $4.99 book 1 is written and drawn by Narwhal, based on concept by Richard Meyer. I mean, no. Again, look at the... This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good at all. And in addition to not looking good, I'm not sold on the story. There's some more stuff, some add-ons here. Stretch goals to be announced. I mean, it's already, you know, got over 500 backers. I mean, that's great. Let me refresh this. It's the first day of launch. 507 backers, almost $30,000. A lot of people like Narwhal. But this doesn't look good. This is not compelling visually as a comic book. This looks like someone in junior high who wants to be a comic book artist but is far from having developed the skills to be one, attempt to make a comic book for his friends in junior high school. That is what this looks like. It doesn't look good. I mean, here, let's read these couple of pages that they gave us. Close the window in a sec. What time is it? Don't bump my telescope. How is he going to bump your telescope? He's already all the way over in the bed. That line doesn't make sense. Set it up at your place then. I can't. My roommate spies on me. How did it go? Was she really there alone? She was. What? This is terrible. Okay, this is a different scene. Romanov. Ivan, thank you. Crazy plan to have here. Never hurts to be crazy. It's going to take many years. Got to start somewhere. If it works, we will kill a war hero. 3 war heroes. So the kid is from that town? Yeah, lots of rumors about that place. It's like out of the frying pan into the fryer. Good use of an American expression. And then back to the pan. Eventually. What? No. No. Oh God, no. No, I can't. I'm not spending my money on this. I mean, if the artwork at the very least was done well, that might tempt me just to put down a couple of bucks just for the art that's involved, but there is nothing about this that looks good. The artwork doesn't look good. The writing doesn't sound very good. The promo video isn't good. I mean, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the perks. I mean, we've got a $40 perk that gets you a book and a POD comic book. POD? What is a POD? I can tell you one thing. It looks like a POS. Payment on delivery. The leaders of Earth must deal with the ramification of a decade-old secret treaty between Nazi Germany and an alien empire when the aliens have arrived on Earth to collect payment for folding up their end of the agreement. Oh man, this looks even worse. This looks even worse. There's not even coloring to help try to make this look better. Okay, so $40, $25 for just the $4.99 graphic novel. 72 pages of this. Dude, I just read 2 pages and I'm done with you. And then we've got this 4-pack where you get the graphic novel, you get the Alien for Nazis graphic novel, Foreign Agent graphic novel, and Possible Stars. No, I'm not doing this. I am not going to waste my money on this. This looks terrible. This sounds terrible. I mean, yeah, Narwhal is funny on, videos with Cecil and John Malin and, whatnot on live streams. I freely admit, Narwhal's a funny guy, but this looks terrible. No. I mean, look, if you want to back this in order to give Narwhal some money, dude, I would rather just go ahead and give it to his Patreon or, his OnlyFans or whatever he's got. If you want to give Richard Meyer some money to go ahead and help with his lawsuit, you can spend money on this, or you can just send him a check. And frankly, I would rather just send him a check because this looks awful. This looks horrible. No, I don't hate Mark Waid this much. I don't hate Mark Waid this much to do this to myself. This looks terrible. I mean, Narwhal, if you have an idea for a comic book and want to put together, a script or something, go find yourself an artist who can actually, draw. And if you really need to draw it yourself, then maybe go ahead and draw your book on something that doesn't look like Microsoft Photo Paint. Because that's what this looks like. This looks like somebody drew a comic book in Microsoft Photo Paint and is asking the public to give him $25 for that, plus $10 shipping and handling. No, I'm not backing this book. I am not backing this book. And you know what? I don't think you should back this book either. This might just be the worst ComicsGate book I have ever seen posted to Indiegogo. I mean, now, I'm sure there's probably worse out there, but I haven't seen them. This is, for me, the worst looking book I've seen offered for ComicsGate. I mean, I know Cecil was joking about his book being a cash grab, but Jesus Christ.